Hello, welcome back to Mr. Lamb Science Corner. We're continuing on in the search for the elements, and today is going to be number 3, lithium. Symbol Li, atomic number 3, atomic weight 6.939, which means the most common isotope is lithium 7, which has an atomic notation of Li and 3 down here in the Z number, and the A number is 7, which we know means 3 protons and 7 protons and neutrons, which if we do the simple little math, we know that there are 4 neutrons. Okay? Lithium is the first alkali metal. If we look at a periodic table, and I don't happen to have one right here handy for me, but I'll get one. As a chemistry teacher, I'm a little bit embarrassed, but anyway, uh, hydrogen is in the same column as the other alkali metals, but it really isn't considered an alkali metal. It does have some metallic properties, but it's sufficiently different from the others to where they commonly kind of put a little bit of space between hydrogen and the other elements. And so when you look at a periodic table, you'll see a little bit of a space, whereas in the others, the alkali metals, lithium and sodium, potassium and cesium and all these others, um, those are touching each other in the periodic table. Hydrogen is a little bit of a separation. So this is the first alkali metal. Um, Density is different. We think of metals as being very dense. The density of lithium is half that of water, which means it'll float on water. Don't try this because lithium also reacts very badly with water. Um, I've never done this with lithium. I've trusted people who tell me that's not a good idea, uh, but I do know that I've done uh, sodium and potassium, and sodium reacts badly with water. In fact, there's videos out there that will show you explosions of sodium reacting with water, because there's one video they were changing the pH of this lake that was created by mining, and they were hunking big chunks of sodium into the water and watching the explosions. The geysers went up 20, 30 feet at least. Really nice to watch, but I don't know if I wanted to be there because they sometimes would skip around. Potassium is even more, and so lithium probably not very spectacular, but it would not react well with water. It also has a property of, if you get the lithium and you set it out, it will react with the nitrogen in the air. And this is the only element that does that. Only one. Nitrogen is a very stable element, does not want to react. It's not a noble gas. It's not like helium that doesn't react with hardly anything at all, but it's pretty stable. But it does react with lithium. Other uses: lithium hydride, used in hydrogen bombs. We probably don't want to go any further down that road. What's the old saying? If I told you how to do it, it just bad idea. Lithium hydroxide, much better thing, is used in the lithium batteries, and the mining for this for lithium compounds is mostly in the Andes, Chile and whatnot, Bolivia, very great. It just happens to be that's where they're found. Some of the other uses: lithium hydroxide not only used as batteries, but also as an absorbent for carbon dioxide. If you want a really dramatic um, example of lithium hydroxide used as a carbon dioxide absorbent, look at the movie Apollo 13. Tom Hanks and whoever else in there, because that was one of the big things, is that when the electrical power went out, pretty much, that kind of screwed up the possibility, and so they weren't going to get, they had to make a fan to push the air past the lithium hydroxide to absorb the carbon dioxide, or they'd die. That was one of the big concerns, is that when the accident happened, they were on their way to the moon, so there's no turning around in space, at least not with the engines we have. So they had to go out to the moon and come back again. So the trip was going to be, I think, something like 6 days, no matter what. Yeah, whether they were alive or whether they were dead. So, and they also used them in submarines. I don't know if they still do or not, but they used to. Lithium carbonate is used in the treatment of bipolar disorder. They're not really sure why lithium compounds, the carbonate, works the way it does, but it does help control bipolar disease, and so the manic depressive, old-fashioned term for that, and I'm pretty old-fashioned too. And this goes back before my time, but bib label lithiated lemon lime soda. That's quite a mouthful. Was invented in the 1920s, came out in 1929, 2 weeks before the Wall Street crash. Not a great time to start a new business, but it was successful and it continued working. But we don't see bib label lithiated lemon lime soda anymore. They changed its name and it eventually wound up as being called 7-Up. And it got its name as it got its start as a patent medicine. And you don't have to worry about controlling mood swings by drinking 7-Up, because in 1948 they banned lithium compounds from sodas, and for good reason, because the level of lithium in your blood that is of benefit to you is just below that of what kills you. So either it would do no good whatsoever, or a very narrow range of doing you some good, or it'd kill you. And the problem with sodas and whatnot is that most people don't go and get blood samples taken to determine whether they're okay or not until it's too late. So anyway, lithium is one of our more useful elements. Very light and lots of uses. Thank you very much.